great time, exciting time for our football program. It's been a interesting last couple of weeks, but been a lot of fun, and certainly a big part of it here today with the first National Signing Day. I would say first, just a lot of momentum with what our team's been able to accomplish, this year, the previous few years, that you can certainly feel on the recruiting trail. And I give a lot of credit to the results so far today, to our staff, the way our staff has worked, our coaches, our recruiting staff. It's been a challenging last few weeks, fun, but extremely challenging, preparing to go win a fifth straight Big 12 championship, being able to get that done, and then, not getting 5 minutes to enjoy that and celebrate it, and back on the recruiting trail. And we've talked about at length the challenges that this year's calendar created, and but we've all had to deal with it and handle it, and I think our group's done a tremendous job. And so we're thrilled with where we're at here on National Signing Day. We really think not many surprises for us today. The guys that we expected to sign, have signed. We have, there will be more additions to this class as this thing goes on, but I think certainly a tremendous start. Several guys that we've been in the mix with here for a long time, that we're really excited about. I think the offensive line in particular stands out there. That was a key area this year, and I'm really thrilled about that class. And then I would say for all of our defensive recruits, because we're thrilled about this class, is a lot of these guys, believed in the vision we had defensively before it was necessarily put out there on the field. And I think that says a lot about these players. And we're going to continue to get great players there with the momentum that we have defensively, the trajectory we have defensively. But a lot of these guys believed in it from day one, and are going to come in here and be really good football players for us. So just an outstanding class, a fun morning. I know everybody was able to see some of the things we did, via social media. We did some things here on signing day and have done, and we'll continue to do things that nobody has ever done before, ever. And it's groundbreaking. And I think our players are excited about it. I know our future recruits are excited about what we're doing at Oklahoma, and we're going to continue to be on the cutting edge. That's not going to slow down. And so we're really proud of our team, everybody that helped put all that together, because it was a tremendous amount of work, a lot of sacrifice for people to get that done. But I know it shows these players that we're willing to go, as far as we possibly have to make sure they have the best experience they can here, and to make sure that they have everything they need to be successful, to equip them. And then hopefully it shows our fan base how passionate we are about bringing the right people in here, about creating energy and excitement about our program. And why wouldn't you be excited right now? And so an awesome day. It's fun to celebrate it, enjoy it with the staff, and to talk to all these players, their families, because this recruiting has really become a multi-year deal now, and this is a huge step. So excited about that. And then for the team right now, we've had some great bowl prep leading up into this one. It's certainly a different feeling with the calendar and the shortened amount of time. Obviously the trip to Atlanta is getting here sooner rather than later, and really been proud of the team, the way we've worked, the way we've approached it, and excited about finishing up our prep here and getting to Atlanta.
If you have a question, please raise your hand. I'll call him. Eric Bailey.
Like in defensive line, two big time JUCO guys coming in. Can you talk about just how important that was to fill those voids, especially with graduation coming up?
Yeah, the graduation's going to hit us hard there. Losing Neville, Kenny Manque, Dylan, all those guys. It was going to be a big part of this class. I mean, there's no question. And we felt like that we needed to get some immediate help there. Some guys that had some experience, and glad we were able to add, guys with different, kind of at different points in their careers, different times in their eligibility, able to space them out. And we really felt like we got, quality guys. I mean, there's going and signing a junior college player just because you think you have to, and then there's finding the right guy or the right guys that you feel like can come make a difference. And we felt like we found that. I mean, we really targeted those guys. Perrion was early. you know, he kind of jumped on and got started, and then we were able to add obviously a couple key pieces of the late.
Okay, let's go to, Aaron.
Lincoln, is the transfer portal changing the way you recruit quarterbacks specifically?
I don't think so. I really don't think so. I mean, I think guys have always been able to transfer. You know, we've been able to have grad transfers here for a while. I think it's worked out that way. You know, Baker was here obviously before I got here. You know, and then we did make a decision to bring Kyler in and to bring Jalen in. And both of those situations were look at our quarterback room. What do we think we need? And is there somebody there that we think can come make a difference for our football team? And it's, you know, for me, for that room, for any room, it's about, do you feel like you have what you need? Do you feel like you need to add somebody, whether it's signing a player, whether it's taking a transfer, whatever it is? We know we got to be really good at that position. We know what the standards are here, and you know, you see, I mean, look at the 4 teams in the playoff. You know, look at those 4 quarterbacks right now. I mean, that's, you have to have pretty good quarterback play, and you know, we have, and we want to continue to do that, continue to get better. And so wherever we can find the right guy, the right guys, we're going to do it. I don't know that we ever put it in a scenario of, it's not a big picture of, well, I want to bring in a transfer, I want to do this. It was like last year, I just gave the example of somebody else. When the season was over, and then when I knew for sure Kyler was leaving early, it's okay, here's the situation, here's what we have. What do we think we need to win a championship the next year? And I felt like we needed an older, more experienced guy, both because of what we had in the room and also just looking at our whole team, because it's more than just that position. It's making the whole thing work together. So, you know, it's about finding a recipe to win and win championships. And whatever we've got to do that, we will. And, you know, I don't think that'll ever change.
Ryan Aber.
Lincoln, now that you've been through it, looking at it, how challenging was the compressed recruiting, the way the recruiting calendar fell this year? And was it tougher keeping the guys you already had, or going out and adding pieces to it over this last, week and a half, 2 weeks?
It was challenging. I mean, it still is. Ask me in a couple weeks when we come up for air. I mean, I think I voiced my displeasure with how the calendar worked out. I mean, to not be able to go see these guys multiple times, you know, when, you know, 95% of the other schools out there were able to do that was challenging. Now, the benefits are you're playing for something at that point and they're not. So there is benefits, but only getting to have really one true week to go see your guys before the majority of players sign, we got to be careful that doesn't happen again. I mean, that's just not, it's too important. You know, this comes up too quick, and, we as coaches, administrators, all that, we got to do better. We got enough time, and with this signing day now trending to becoming, nobody knew what this thing was going to be a few years ago, or half the players going to sign, or 10% going to sign, or 90% going to sign. Nobody knows. Well, we know now. I mean, it's the majority of players are going to sign in December. That's not going to change as long as we have these two. And so now that we know that, we got a few tweaks, and I think that's one that we got to do better on.
Sort of to follow up, you said that you anticipate additions to this class. You anticipate those today? In this period or not?
Yeah. We'll have a lot of good news coming up.
Okay, Bob Brisbillo.
Yeah, Lincoln.
That's what you were looking for, right? Yeah.
Right or wrong, perception is always the quarterback is the face of the class. How difficult, or were there any challenges since there wasn't a quarterback for the 2020 class?
That's a good question. I think we have a lot of leaders in this class that made up for that. I think we had some guys that really jumped on early that were primetime players, but also those kind of guys, and they made a big difference. Had we not had those leaders, I think it would have maybe been more of a factor than what it probably